Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Stella Herself podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. New episodes every Thursday, so don't forget to subscribe, follow on Apple Music. Don't know if you can follow on Spotify, but keep hitting that refresh button, y'all. And thank you so much to everyone who's been listening and who posted the podcast last week or who has ever. If you enjoyed this week's episode, take an aesthetic pic, take an aesthetic boomerang of your TV, of you listening in the car on your hot girl walk, take a screenshot and post on your story, tag me so I can repost, join the Discord to chat with like-minded girlies. Yeah, great community. It's getting to be winter. I know a lot of people can fall into seasonal depression. No, but I just feel like it's not really this time of year, but it's low-key after the holidays more so, where I just can sometimes personally feel like lonely. It's like I don't want to go out, but then it's like, bro, what is there to do? So join the Discord if you want to connect with people, and thank you guys so much for being a part of the community. So earlier today, y'all, I recorded a podcast with a life coach, and it was such an amazing episode. I haven't edited it yet, honestly, so hopefully it's amazing as the experience was recording it. She just had so many gems. She talks about very similar things to what I like to talk about on this platform, so it was so amazing to have a professional with a degree explain things so much better, and I just feel like we had such a good conversation, so I'm really excited for you guys to listen to that. I'll probably post that episode next week because I did want to have this week's episode to just get back to speed, fill you guys in, because I haven't recorded since before I went to New York. So we have a lot to chat about today. My initial instinct for this podcast is it is going to be more chit-chatty, story time, LOL. I haven't been reading any new books. I don't really have any serious subjects to talk about. So let me know if you guys like that vibe. I know for the most part, especially recently, not that I talk about such deep topics, but I feel like the podcasts have been a little more serious, but it's like sometimes, or I just had the thought of like sometimes I should make it more like LOL. And I was also thinking, not that I'm so serious all the time or anything, but bro, it's like when you go on my page, okay, I actually have a serious question. Like when you go on my Instagram, do you think it is an accurate representation of like everything that I do? Because I feel like it is, but sometimes I'm like especially in an instance like this where I'm interviewing someone, it's like if I am reaching out to people, in the future, asking them to be on my podcast, it's like, what initial vibe are they going to get from my page? Is it going to be accurate of like where I am? Am I portraying myself accurately? I feel like yes. I feel like I could post more of my podcast on this, like on my page. I've been trying to here and there. But yeah, I guess it's like my brand is my life, and the podcast, it's like not like I'm like, it's not like my brand is like, I'm not a life coach yet, future career path, but it's just like my life and things I like to talk about. And sometimes that's like a fashion, sometimes that's like a feminism theory. So I think it's accurate. I was saying recently though, I really only post IG pics for personal enjoyment, like as a hobby these days. Reels, yes, I'm growing from that, and like, actually that's worth my time. But as far as IG pics, like in feed, it's like literally just to make my feed look good. Like no other purpose. Like I'm not expecting any comments. It's just to keep the feed looking fresh. That's literally the only reason. I feel like such a businesswoman today because I like woke up, did some work, went to the gym, had such a good leg day, like literally so good, and got ready and like had this interview, and then I like had on my cute little outfit with my cardigan and my makeup done. So then I went to go do some errands, and I was like walking around looking so cute, and then here I am doing another one. I love days like this. I love just feeling so productive. Tomorrow I'm getting my COVID vaccine booster. I thought I was like all up to date. I knew there was like a recent one, but bro, it has been since last December. That was the last time I got a booster, and I did not realize it had been that long. So yeah, there is a new variant that I think just hit New York like last week, maybe 2 weeks ago as I'm recording this, not sure. But yeah, I did not get sick in New York, knock on wood. But, cases, and even just in general, people get, like even before COVID, people just get more sick around the winter and the holidays because there's more gatherings and the weather and everything like that. Drink a lot of warm beverages, y'all. Beverages of the day check. I have a lime LaCroix. This is like my LaCroix hour because earlier when I recorded, that's like when I normally record a podcast. So this is like not after hours because it's still the daytime, but this is later than I normally record. And this is my afternoon beverage, like transition from working to chilling beverage, like almost like a happy hour drink, but it's obviously just sparkling water. I don't like to have sparkling water earlier than that, and I also don't really like to have it later than that unless I'm like staying up late. So this is the perfect time for a nice LaCroix. Then when I was doing my errands, I did in fact get an iced Americano, 2/3 decaf, because I just kind of wanted a little bit, and I was like going to be right by Starbucks as I was dropping off my Poshmark, so I was like, might as well. But yeah, with pumpkin cold foam. I don't know, my Starbucks haven't really been hitting recently. Not in a like they're making them wrong way, but just in a like they haven't really been like, I think I'm like over a lot of my current orders, which I guess is fine, but I don't know, like I'm just kind of like So anyway, so yeah, the plan is eat dinner after this, watch The Sopranos, which I just started season 4 yesterday or 2 days ago. I've been like binge watching it. Well, not really. To me, binge watching is just like watching it every day, and like those episodes are like an hour, so I'll only really watch like at most 3 a day, but that's like kind of pushing it. Like normally I'll watch like 1.5, 2. Take off my makeup, shower, get up early. Should I gym before my booster shot? It's at 9 a.m. Probably not, honestly. Like, I'll probably just work. That's so annoying, though. I hate, like, leaving the house. Bro, I hate leaving the house, like, when I haven't gymmed. Yeah, like, if it's like, oh, I'll just gym when I get back. Because I never want to. And I hate leaving the house when it's messy. Especially when there's dishes. Like, that is, like, a life, not a life hack, but, like, a life tip. Like, I think most of us know, like, clean your house before you, like, go on a trip or a vacation or something. But, like, keeping your house, like, tidy at least. Like, dishes washed, bed made, etc. Not, like, a deep clean every day. But, you know, just tidy after you, like, yeah. Before you leave it is so key. And, bro, you just always have to think, like, what's always in my mind. I mean, on the day-to-day, it's like, okay, I just want for myself to come home to, like, a clean house, at least a tidy house, because especially if I'm gone all day, you know, I'm going to be hungry. I'm going to want to make a food when I get back. I don't want to have to clean dishes and then make a food if I'm already hungry. But also, especially if you're going out, like, and not even in, like, oh, what if I bring someone home way, but it's just, like, what if your friend decides, oh, like, can I come with you to your house and I'll Uber from your house? Can I pee really quick? Can I come upstairs? Like, can I grab something? Like, bro, oh my God. Ew, not that this is like part of it. But I was friends with this guy and we were like it wasn't like a party, but we were just having like a get together. I don't know if we were playing Truth or Dare or like if this just came up in conversation, but I feel like someone, like there was a question that was like, what was your worst hookup? And he said one time he went to this girl's house. Like, I don't know if it was a random or if he had seen this girl before. I feel like it was a random. And he said he, like, went to use the bathroom before they, like, hooked up. And there was, like, the biggest poop in her toilet. And that just, like, really stuck with me for some reason. Like, I'm not saying, oh, yeah, I used to not flush my toilet before that. But just, like, bro, like, why would you not flush? Like, but just that vibe of, like, keep your house, like, presentable in case someone needs to come up. Like, not even in a hookup way, but just, like, what if your friend needs to come pee? Like, keep it, like, nice. Again, just for yourself, especially if you're going out, bro. You want to come back to a clean house, wake up the next day, everything's clean. Like, you don't have to fucking worry about it. Like, that's the worst. So I was trying to think of some funny, iconic moments from my New York trip to share with you guys, because I did do mini vlogs this time. Like, I vlogged each day just on TikTok, just to try it out. I think you guys seem to like it. Let me know if you want more videos like that. It's just like I need to get in the habit of doing them because I'm always like, oh, I want to do more of those. But then I'm just so used to vlogging normally for so many years, you know, just for YouTube, that it's sometimes hard to like do it all, especially on a trip, bro. It's like I always have, I mean, I did pretty good as far as content goes, but I feel like I always just have like, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I'll just go there. I'll take all this content. And then you get there and it's just like, oh, bro, same goes with outfits. Like, I'm not an overpacker, but I definitely always bring like too many clothes. And again, not so much, but it's just like I never end up wearing everything. Part of it is, you know, oh, I'm so excited for my trip. I'm gonna plan all these outfits, take all these photos. But then you get there and you just like don't really care as much because you're like just doing stuff and like I'm on my phone less. Like I just don't really, not that I don't think of it, but I just don't care. And I'll just like rewear shit. So yeah, this past time I didn't even check a bag, but there was still outfits. Like there was jeans I never wore, but I guess it's good to have the option. But you know, I just wanted to fill you guys in on some funny iconic moments. Number one thing that comes to mind is, I mean, not really. It's just, I take it back. It's not actually that funny. So when we're leaving LA, our flight, well, who cares about this? Our flight was going to be delayed, but then it wasn't delayed. But then it ended up being delayed because they boarded everyone and then we were on the tarmac for like an hour. So I have the window seat, Sonia has the middle seat, and this old, literally ancient man is on the aisle, like to the point where it's like kind of shocking that he's traveling. Like I'm like, pop off. He wasn't just elderly, he was like a great grandpa, like so old, and he just had that super like small, you know when old people like shrink a lot, like he just looked really small and whatever. And bro, he ended up being like such an iconic person of our trip. But at first I think he was like farting because like I was right when we took off. Somebody was like ripping ass. And me and Sonia were both like, what the fuck? I'm not going to throw Sonia under the bus because she's not here to defend herself. I don't think it was her. I mean, I would love to make a joke about that, but I don't think it was her, genuinely. It had to have been this old man because like who else would like not give a fuck, you know? So it was definitely him. Then when they're bringing the when they were bringing the beverages, he's like, and he can barely talk even. He's like, can I have 2 glasses of orange juice? So they give him 2 OJs. I don't think they usually do that, you know? And this was like the free beverages. This was not like you have to pay for the fucking free beverages. So then with the free snacks, they had, I think there was 4 different snack options. He was like, can I have them all? And the flight attendant was like so sassy. He was like, are you gonna eat all of them? And he was like, yes, like nodded. Like he couldn't even talk. I did not hear him speak once. So he got his 4 snacks and he's like eating them so quick. I was like, wow, man's was hungry. Like, okay. And then when they do their final beverage, you know, beverage check. Their final round of beverages, like towards the end of the flight, he again asks for 2 orange juice. And he's like literally gulping them down. And then at one point he was like, dude, this was the thing too. Like he was taking up so much space, even though he was so small. Like Sonia said he kept like kind of, I don't know if he was sitting crisscross applesauce or just like manspreading, but he kept being like in Sonia's seat. And it's so weird because he's like so small. It's like, how are you even doing this? And then I think he was asking Sonia how to do something on her, or like on his screen at one point, but like she didn't really know what he was trying to say because he couldn't really talk. But then it turns out he wanted to see like the flight map. Literally me. So yeah, that was like iconic. Like it would just ended up being such a, not meme, but just like such an iconic part of our travels because it was just so interesting. It's like, I want to know his life story. But yeah, he did in fact make it in one piece. Wonder where he is today. Thinking about him. So we got there Thursday night. Friday, we did whatever. What did we even do Friday? So then Saturday, I was like, bro, I definitely want to like brunch. Because, did we even brunch last time? No, because last time I was there, I wasn't there during the weekend. So I definitely wanted to take full advantage of like a brunch both days this time because I wanted that weekend vibe. So I was looking for places that did bottomless, but that also had vegan options. Like it did not necessarily have to be a vegan restaurant, but vegan options for Sonjine. So I'm like looking at places and I found this really great article that was, let me know if you guys want me to link it down below, IDK, if I'm able to find it again. But it was like exactly what I was looking for. Like a list of bottomless brunches in, I think it was mostly in Manhattan, that had good vegan options and that were like vegan friendly and omnivore friendly, whatever. So the first place that I was looking at They made it sound really great. It was like this Italian place, and I guess they had a whole separate vegan menu, or most of the items you could like ask for vegan because they had vegan cheeses and stuff, because they had like pizzas and whatnot. So I'm like, oh my god, this might actually be perfect. And they had bottomless, and I was like, this sounds like great vibes. So I go to Yelp, and literally so many of the reviews are like, bro, this is a place for like young, you know, early 20s, like this is like a party place, like it's like not chic. And I was like, oh damn, like I don't think that's the vibes we're looking for. Like I want to, you know, have my mimosas, but I don't necessarily want to be in like a crazy environment because that's usually annoying to me. So I'm like, oh damn, okay. Like I literally sent it to Sonia on IG. After reading that, I unsent it. I was like, let's not even bother with that. It just doesn't sound like our vibe. Like I want something quaint and chic, like whatever. So then I find this other place that has really good reviews. I think they had less vegan options, but it just sounded more like not chic, but just like a little more calm and a little more just like cute brunch vibes, like not so crazy. So we venture on over here, and if you guys watched my little TikTok vlog, you know this place was exactly how the first place sounded. Like, bro, there was this loud ass DJ. Literally in the vlog, I'm like, it sounded like he had his entire music library on shuffle. Dead ass. It just got really chilly in here, and I would put on my sweater, but I already wore it in the other podcast. I kind of want the outfits to be different. We're just gonna deal with this nice little... Oh, it got real cold. Ooh. Perfect. There was these frat bros kind of sitting like in between us and the DJ, and they were pretty much the only ones like turning up. They were dancing. This one guy like kept getting up and dancing, and the DJ loved these bros. Like the DJ was like wanted to like relationship all of them, you know? Like so he was just playing different like turn up songs. I can't even think of one, but they were like, you know, just whatever. So he's like telling the waitress to bring these bros like shots, and they're like getting crazy. Not that, you know, the rest of the place was just like dead silent, but you know, they were the only ones like visibly turning up. And I'm like, oh my god, Sonia, like I'm so sorry, I didn't know the vibe was gonna be like this. And she was like, oh no, it's fine. So I'm like getting my mimosas, and then the DJ starts playing like Green Day. Like the vibe just changed so dramatically, and the bros stopped turning up. So you could just tell the DJ was like scrambling, like, oh no, I lost him, like I gotta get these bros back. And so then he started playing other songs, and the bros started turning up again. Whatever. So then we pay, we're gonna leave, we decide to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom was like downstairs. So we're walking down the stairs, there's only 2 bathrooms, and one of them is locked for like so long, like literally the whole time. So the other one's free. I go, Sonia goes, one of the frat bros comes downstairs. I'm like, yes. And I don't remember what, I think he was talking to Sonia while I was in the bathroom. And then like when I was waiting for Sonia, I don't even remember. Oh, Soulja Boy started getting played. Like I think it was literally like classic Soulja Boy. And the frat bro was like, oh, like he was so drunk. He was like, oh, I should be up there with my bros dancing to this, like dead serious. And I was just like, wow. But yeah, it ended up being really fun. I love the laws in New York because you could take alcohol to go, no questions asked. Like they're like, yeah, take it. She was like, the law is you just can't put your straw in the drink while you're still on the premises. You have to wait till you've left. I was like, say less. So I'm like drinking my mimosas as we're gandering the city. That's like the best. Like that's just so fun. We went shopping a little bit, not really that much, but we just kind of gandered, and it was like nice out that day. And yeah, like it was just so nice to be there when the weather was just a little crispier. Like I just feel like my outfits were cuter. It was just a great time. I just love that about New York. It's just so much better for gandering people. Like yeah, you can do that in certain parts of LA, but I just love the fact that like you can just run into people on the street, and like everyone is so like everyone's around. And y'all know me, like I'm a walking around ass bitch, so like I love to see other bitches walking around. So yeah, I definitely want to go back. I don't know if I'll go back again this year. I just feel super excited. I've been telling y'all, I have a lot of changes coming up, so it's kind of, I guess, kind of stressful, but I feel mostly excited. I mean, change is always going to be a little scary, but I ultimately feel just ready. I feel excited, and I feel like, yeah, I feel more excited than like stressed out or anxietied or anything. Bro, another big realization in New York. So you guys know I've talked here and there about how basically since the last time I was in New York, I haven't really drank at all. I drank for my friend's birthday that was end of September, and I literally made a TikTok the day after, like, bro, that fucked me up. Like, I mean, I say only, but you know, I had like 4.5 drinks, and they were all seltzers except for one Cutwater. Bro, I do not fuck with the Cutwaters. They get you like too fucked up, and it's too much sugar. Like, I can't. I'd rather literally just drink tequila plain. But yeah, and I just felt so off. I just really can't drink. I can't like drink anymore. I just can't, because this is the thing. So I knew that going into this, I was like, okay, I know that alcohol has been making me feel just like gross, like worse hangovers, and ultimately more anxiety the next day. And so if you guys remember, beginning of this year, I was on a real just like journey to like help my anxiety. I just feel like it got really bad last winter for the first time in a while. So there were so many things I was doing differently. I cut out caffeine. I started taking ashwagandha and like a stress kind of like formula supplement every day. I still take it. So what I've learned, and this is kind of like a tangent, I'll get back to the main point, but what I've learned is like, at least for me, I just have to know like when to do things. So for example, like I'm thinking specifically of caffeine. If I have something stressful, like tomorrow before my vaccine, not that I am like so scared about that or anything, but it's like, okay, I might get nervous. I might have a little anxiety right before. So I'm not going to have caffeine. I'll wait to have caffeine until after. If I'm going to be traveling, I'm not going to have caffeine. Sometimes I can get a little overwhelmed by just like new like experiences, or like, you know, in a new place, it can be kind of stressful. I don't know. I won't have caffeine. I'll have decaf, or I'll have tea. So I was drinking a lot of tea on this trip. And like if I'm at home working, yeah, I'll have a coffee. But if I'm like already stressed out, if I'm gonna possibly be in a situation where I know I could get anxiety, I'm not gonna have the caffeine. So same with like drinking. Like I knew, okay, like I'll probably want to have some drinks while we're here, like whatever. It's like, you know, a trip, haven't drank in a while, but then it's like, okay, then I have to know that I could experience more anxiety like the next day. And bro, that totally happened. Like I think what day did we go out? I think we went out Friday, and that was probably the most I drank. The mimosas didn't get me like crazy. And not that I was even like so drunk. At no point was I like, oh my God, I'm so drunk. But probably Friday, I was the most lit out of all the days. And the next morning, like, bro, I just did not. It was like fine. But it was like, I just felt that. And like, I just remember on the way to brunch on the train, just like having that anxiety. Because like sometimes the train is a place where I can get anxiety just because it's like, I don't know, there's like sometimes creepy guys. It's like just that feeling of kind of being like trapped in a place. Unleashing my trauma. I don't know. And like sometimes I experience it more than other times, but I definitely felt it a lot. And I was like, bro, well, that makes sense. I drank the night before. I haven't been getting much sleep the past couple nights. Like, it makes sense. And even like that realization alone is just helpful, because it's like that, it's feedback, and it just lets you know like there's a reason why you feel like this, and it's not like you're just randomly dying, or like, oh my God, my anxiety is randomly bad. It's like you can trace it. So it's not like, I honestly think in general, like I'm not going to say, oh, I'm not going to drink at all anymore. But I just feel like in general, like I do really want to stick to not drinking, only drinking for special events or like occasions, and keeping it to a real minimum. And yeah, it's just so true that the only way to get out of something, or like to get through something, is to go through it. So like I feel like a lot of people drink as a coping mechanism. Bro, the only way you're gonna cure yourself is to like face it head on. Or like if you experience social anxiety and you drink to kind of like relieve some of that, which like, okay, haven't we all? But it's like the only way to truly be like strong in yourself and to grow is to like face it head on. So just like interesting things to think about. But yeah, just having like such a strong, not like such a strong reaction, but I guess low-key like such a strong like, oh my God, yeah, confirmed, you know, alcohol does in a hangover, it does create a lot more anxiety for me. I guess that was nice. It's so interesting. I just feel like I'm like growing up. I know I've been saying that this whole year, but it's so true. It's like, I don't really want to go out. When we did go out the first night, it was like because we were with friends, and it was just about like being with friends. And again, I'm not saying I'm never going to go out, but it's just like the vibe is different when you get older. And so I'm sure it's going to change even more as I get older and older and older. I literally made a TikTok today about like how I don't feel like you're a true adult until you're like 40. Honestly, because I feel like your 20s are like your teens in the sense of like, it's kind of what being a teen is like represented. I'm only a teen girl of 24, okay? Like, bro, a flight attendant asked me how old I was, and I forgot. Like, I literally was like, I think I'm 24. But like that coming of age vibe that's so often portrayed by high schoolers in movies and media, I feel like that's really your 20s. When you're an actual teen, you're like a baby. Your 30s are like baby adult. Like, do you know how many bros I know that are like 35? And it's like, bro, you sound so old, but you're not acting so old. So I feel like 40 is like, okay, you're like an adult now. I wish like 40 was a more common age to have kids. I mean, I guess it can happen, but it's like, bro, why would I waste my good years? No offense. Like, that's no shade, but it's just like, bro, it's just crazy when other people have kids that are like younger than me. Bro, Sophia Grace. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to tell you today that I'm pregnant. Yes, I'm 24 weeks today. I mean, no shade, like, wish her the best. But it's just like crazy to think about like myself at that age. I just can't imagine. Like, not that I was so immature or anything, but it's just like, bro, there was just so much I didn't know. And that's the thing, like, everyone has their own path. Like, you could learn your lessons through motherhood or parenthood, whatever. So it's like, not to say, oh, you're throwing your life away, but it's just like, personally for myself, it's like, bro, I just can't imagine. Also, teen pregnancy kind of fell off, like, low-key. I think I actually, like, literally did, though. It is Scorpio season now, so time to listen to my favorite Scorpio season album, What a Time to Be Alive, Drake and Future, our two favorite Scorpios besides Bougie Billy. Thank you so much. Let me know what you guys think about Scorpios. How would you rank Scorpios in the water signs? I think I just really like Cancers. Because I just have so much Cancer on my chart, I just feel like I understand them the most. I love the delusion of a Pisces, but it's like very short-lived with me. Like, it's like, yeah, it's fun, but then it's like, okay, let's keep the delusions to 2 weeks. Thank you so much. 1 week, honestly. So I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Scorpio season and what we can expect. This is from yogajournal.com. Scorpio is the parts of self that are hidden in the depth of our underworlds. It is our vulnerabilities, our fears, our deeply embodied intuition, and our innermost psyche. During Scorpio season, we are invited to return to the wisdom of our bodies, to the emotions waiting to be acknowledged, and into a deep surrender and trust in what we cannot control. It's a time that asks us to take off the layers of armor that we have built around us and sit in our vulnerabilities. Venus also entered Scorpio. So, Venus and Scorpio coming together bring an intensity to our relationships and the way in which we experience love. Its intimacy and focus, its desire and potential for deep inner healing. Scorpio isn't here for superficial connection. It's here to connect only at the deepest level. And then this is from mindbodygreen.com. I've referenced them before. As we're nearing the end of fall season, right before we go into winter and into hibernation, this can be a really great time to see which layers need to be shed. Scorpio is the deepest of the water signs, so they really delve into shadow work and what it looks like to move through transformation. Did I not say that before? Like, I feel like I said this maybe a couple years ago. Like, I love this time of year because it's like Scorpio season, Sag season, Capricorn season. It's like Scorpio season, we realize things, maybe patterns that aren't serving us. We really get to like the bottom of things. We can like just get deep with like, okay, like what changes do I need to implement into my life? And then Sag season, we have that fiery energy to take us to new heights of self-growth, and like we have the energy to make the changes that we realized in Scorpio season. And then Capricorn season, we're like, new year, new me, bitch. Like, let's get to the grind and like put all of what we've learned into action and into work. So it's like the best time of year. This, like, I always think of myself as such like a summer girly because like I love a Leo season, but that's like very much like fun and fresh, like fun and flirty. But this is like so much growth and self-discovery and realizations, you know, and I just love this time of year as far as that goes. Like, I mean, yeah, the holidays are cool and stuff, but just like that vibe of like wrapping up the year, reflecting, and then like planning for the next year. I just love that. And I always forget every year like how much I love this season for that reason. Bars. What lessons have I already released and what lessons still need my attention? Time for a journal sesh, babes. Dude, journaling really be helping. Like, you know, when you just have those thoughts that it's just like they keep playing in your head. Once you write them down, it's like you're refreshed. Like, it really works. And I know I've said this before too, but like once I realized that journaling can just be a list, like you don't have to be like, dear diary, this is what happened today in detail until my hand fucking hurts. No, you can literally just, I'd be like current thoughts and I'll just like write a bulleted list. Like that might not work for everyone, but like just knowing like, oh, I can just do that and it helps get my thoughts out of my brain. Like, bet, like, period. Scorpio energy in general is pretty intense, and with this Scorpio season also including a powerful 2-week portal, I don't know anything about that. The potential for rebirth is ripe. While the shadowy aspects of this time may not be easy, when we can lean into the depths, we can come out anew on the other side. Period. If you're a Scorpio, let me know. Happy birthday, first of all, but also let me know how you're feeling this Scorpio season. Your time to shine. If you're not a Scorpio, let me know your sign and how you feel about Scorpios, Scorpio season, all of that. But yeah, just keep that in mind, dude. Like, it doesn't have to be this, like, fucking crazy, intense thing. Like, we can just do a little reflection. I can't wait for, like, a Sag season, TBH. But, you know, we need all aspects of it to make the world go round. So, y'all, that is all I'm going to talk about today. I am getting starving right now, and I just feel like my mind is going to explode. So, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this more chit-chatty podcast. But, yeah, let me know any realizations you've had recently, what topics you want me to talk about next time, any book recommendations, and look forward to, it'll probably be next week's episode with Miss Life Coach, soon to be revealed. It's such an amazing episode. I can't wait to edit it. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will talk to you guys next week.